back with another live. And I'm here to tell you, this is probably going to be one of the best lives I done in a long time. I done received so much information between last night and today. Y'all might as well grab y'all cups. I got my little glass of water here. Cause oh boy, this is about to be a very intense live. A lot of information is about to come out in this live. We're going to dissect the information that already has come out in some of the videos that I did late last night. If you guys don't know, I dropped like 3 or 4 videos after midnight last night. Worked the graveyard shift creating content. Now, with that being said, there was a situation that went down in Portland, Oregon yesterday between Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark. Now, many rumblings is stating that there was other situations that occurred throughout the game, but nothing stuck out more than Stephanie White coaching and her pulling Caitlin Clark out of the game in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark received a foul so fast, bro. Like so fast within the game. We're going to break down her fouls. We're going to break down some of the defense today for is why is nobody helping Caitlin Clark? Why is nobody in the paint? Why is Aaliyah Boston all the way on the three-point line playing defense, sticking on guards? Like, why is she even up there? There has been a growing notion that Stephanie White feel like the team play faster with Raven Johnson on the floor, where he is about to expose the nonsense with that. So before we get into it, need y'all to shout out y'all city, shout out y'all state. What up, chat? Get the likes up. You know the vibes. This finna be one of them ones. Hey, look, this is about to be one of them ones. I'm about to shake the internet up today with this one, just like we did last night with that Fever Possibly Insider video. We're going to dissect that. Somebody said AB is on minutes restrictions, but she's playing in garbage time. When we're down by 25, everything that comes out of Stephanie White mouth is a lie, John. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we is about to expose everything with Stephanie White this morning. Today is the day Stephanie White has to come to the altar. Somebody said, shake the damn haters off. Been watching you for 3 years now, John. I appreciate you, bro. This is year 5. We're in year 5 right now. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. I've been covering Caitlin Clark since she was playing in Iowa. I've been covering Caitlin Clark since she was in college, breaking scoring records. That's how long we've been here. That's how long the family been here strong, baby. Strong. Somebody said, why is Christy Side's team of Grace Berger, Christy Wallace, and Erica Wheeler better than this team? As of right now, I don't even know if this team's going to make the playoffs, guys. I got to be brutally honest with you. If something don't change within the next, I don't know, 24 to 48 hours, the bleeding is going to keep bleeding for the Fever. Because people want to put this on Caitlin Clark getting in there shooting slumps. People want to put this all on Caitlin having tantrums with the refs. The refs playing a factor in this too. We going to break it all down in this live, man. We're going to break it all down in this live. So if you guys are not ready and subscribe to the tribe, because once I release some of this information that is coming out that I received, everybody's finna be talking about this. Oh, everybody's going to be talking about this today. Because there's more to this story. There's more than meets the eye. Starting with Connor leaving Butler abruptly. Connor abruptly left Butler. He was an assistant head coach. The people at Butler was like, damn, there ain't nothing going on between Connor and the coaching staff that we seen. There ain't no tension between Connor and the players. Why Connor leaving? Look over here. Something going on, ain't it? Somebody said, how you think the Dream and the Fever game will go Thursday? I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. We just got to wait and see. Hey, look, that's a game y'all really want to turn in. Look, y'all really going to want to watch that game because I'm going to go live for that game. Y'all going to want to see that game, bro. But I'm telling you right now, hey, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. And like my thing with it is that let's say all of the information that is coming out of Indy is true. Reese from Philly, Red Dragon link. Yeah, I'll drop a link down for you real quick, bro, before I get into the show. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm going to drop a link down for him. Hey, I'm about to drop this link for you, bro. Just click on the link because I got a bunch of stuff to talk about, and you can jump on here before I get into it. We only 5 minutes in. We only 5 minutes into this live. So I dropped the link down there. Somebody said, let's go, John Iowa in the chat. Shout out to Iowa, man. Shout out to Iowa, bro. Iowa is probably one of the nicest places I've ever been. For it's like the fans, the people, no rowdy fans, nothing but love, and they love they damn Hawkeyes, bro. They love they Hawkeyes in Iowa, dog. Oh, my goodness, bro. It's just the atmosphere in Carver is just, I don't know. I done been to a lot of college arenas. I done been to a lot of college games in my YouTube career, city to city, state to state. And it's just something about that Iowa. It's just everybody was so welcoming and just loving out there in Iowa, man. Shout out to Iowa, dog. I want to go to some more Iowa games. I might go to some Iowa games this fall just to go. Somebody said Hope Connor is making more time to be with CC and help support. Oh, he's definitely making time from what I'm hearing. Oh, he's making time enough to say, hold up, I need to be here full time with my old lady. Because something ain't right. And what's crazy is that Connor worked for the Pacers first before he even went to Butler. He was something player develop. He was something with the Pacers before he even went to Butler. So Connor is kind of familiar with Pacers Entertainment. He's kind of familiar with the front office. He was already employed by them, I believe, before Caitlin got there. Now, I could be wrong. Don't hold me on that. But I believe he was there before Caitlin got there. Hey, Reese from Philly, Red Dragon. I dropped the link down there for you, dog. If you don't click on it, man, I'm about to start the show in about 3 minutes. Connor doesn't want to work. He's living a life and having fun mulching off CC. I just don't believe that's true, Annette. I believe Connor definitely want to get into coach. His dad's a coach. All right, we got Reese from Philly on here. Let me pull him up. Hold on. Reese. Oh, I remember you, bro.
What up? Can you hear me?
Yep. I got you, dog. How you been?
I've been chilling, man. I'm a little stressed.
Yeah. And so, what is your thoughts, man? You asked me to drop the link. What is your thoughts about everything that has transpired within Indianapolis within basically this first month of basketball?
You said something a few minutes ago about something big has to happen in the next 48 hours, right? And I agree. And I think it will. I don't see a scenario where this continues on for another week or so, because things are getting worse game by game.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
this is looking disastrous, and it's disastrous for the fans. I think Caitlin Clark's brain has already been fried. Her soul isn't in the game anymore. You can tell. You know what I mean? You don't see the joy that you saw in her rookie season. Even all that she went through in her rookie season, you still saw joyful moments throughout the game, after the game, and locker room stuff. You don't see it anymore. Every time you catch a glimpse of her, she's down and has some like not so happy body language going on.
Yeah.
And I'm a ball player, dog. Basketball is my religion. I played more than anyone who's ever lived or dead. Play daily basis for 56 years, dog. This is what I do. It's my Hakuna Matata, my Zen. This means something to me for the first time in my life to see a girl that I appreciated watching nationally. I grew up with Dawn Staley in the playground, loved her. You know what I mean? You know, basketball etiquette. You love the girl that can ball, that shows up at the court. You love the white boy that shows up. You love the short guy that can ball. You know what I mean? And you pass out nicknames and there's joy all around.
Right.
For the first time ever, Caitlin Clark made women's basketball watchable. And these people are destroying it. It does not make human common sense for someone like this to come along and bring countless eyes, maybe 5 or 6 times more than were there before. Dollars, we're not even going to talk about. Caitlin Clark has already generated $1 or $2 billion. I don't even have to get into that.
Right.
But to have this many people against her, one person, no one has ever seen anything like this in sports history.
No.
I wonder if the WNBA will be able to continue another year or so with or without Caitlin Clark at the way things are going. That's what's concerning me. I want to see, as a fan, I want to see Caitlin Clark shine for 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? And along the way, there will be more. When she holds the crown, there's going to be girls in college that are going to come for that. It's going to motivate them. We're going to fall in love with more of them along the way. And then the small bomb will become a nuke. You see what I'm saying? And now we're not just talking about Caitlin Clark. We're talking about other girls that we love because of Caitlin Clark and the ways that she started. And it's not going to happen at the way things are going right now, bro. And that's what concerns me as a fan.
Yeah. And what's crazy about all of this is that everybody talked about Christy Sides so bad. And you know the old saying, you don't know what it's like until it's gone. Because I think Christy Sides came to the second half of that season. She came to the realization, hey, I need to just let her do what she do, bro. And Stephanie is so caught up in her ways, she's not willing to do that. She's not willing to let Caitlin Clark be great. It's either your way or the highway with Stephanie White. And my thing with her is that she always liked to go back to Lynn Dunn, rephase everything with Lynn Dunn, because Lynn Dunn was her coach. But at some point, Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson had to have an agreement. Hey, Phil, let me do what I do. Phil, hey, Mike, do what you do, as long as we winning. As of right now, the Fever's not winning any basketball games, dog.
Caitlin Clark needs to go to her and tell her, look, I can make you the greatest coach of all times if you just listen and compromise.
Yeah.
And get some other brains around her, you know. Because if she's not fired within the next 10 days or so, I don't think she will be. And it'll just be a catastrophe all year.
Who do they play next? Let me pull it up real quick, because I know they got the Dream this week. Who do they? I don't think they off until Thursday. Who do they play next? Hold on, I'm about to pull up the schedule. Hold on, they is off until Thursday. Wow. So the Dream is going to be, Jesus. I don't know if it'll be a great thing for them to go in, bro, with Stephanie White's system, not against Atlanta. What is Atlanta record right now? Let me see here. Atlanta. Let me pull it up here real quick, because I believe they've been balling, dog. Atlanta 5-2. 5-2. Ryan Howard against Portland did. Yeah, look, they beat Portland by 20.
Wow.
Ryan Howard, 14 points. Even Angel Reese, 18. You got Alicia Gray, 13. And the rebounding, Angel had 12. Nats Hillman, 7. Oh, my goodness. Bro. I think something has to be done before this game. Atlanta might beat them so bad, bro. Whew. Atlanta might be the worst loss of the season so far.
That would be devastating for the whole picture.
Do you know how big that will be for Angel Reese fans, bro?
Angel Reese fans are a special group.
Bro.
I think they're a bunch of liars. I don't think they're as stupid as people think they are, yo. The things that they say about the game are just like the average basketball fan would just know that they're not true.
This game is very, very important, bro.
Oh, it's paramount.
I feel like this might be the most important game so far because they play Atlanta the most this whole season.
Man.
Ain't nobody talking about that, Reese. They play Atlanta more than any other team on the schedule.
The first 5 minutes of this game is going to tell it all.
This game is going to be pivotal to them, bro. They have to get rid of Stephanie White.
Yeah. If there's ever been a time for Clark to say the hell with the coach, is now. At this game.
I mean, this game, bro, if they lose this game bad, bro, they beat Portland by 20. And we just seen what Portland did we just seen it.
Yeah.
This is what Portland did to the Fever, dog.
It could have been worse.
It definitely could have been worse. Hey, Ben Daniel, it's looking very spooky, bro. Look, nobody's talking about, bro, they play Atlanta more than any other team, bro. Atlanta beat Portland by 20 damn points.
That says a lot.
Portland is a brand new team, Reese.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was a lottery pick. Oh, my goodness. But, dog, it's looking spooky. It's looking real. Woo! But, dog, I appreciate you coming on, man. I wanted to let you get on here, say what you had to say, dog. I got to get into the show because it's a bunch of stuff I got to drop. It's
I'll
a bunch of stuff,
man. Any opportunity I get to hit the link, I'll come up and join you.
Yeah, and then after like I get through some of the segments, man, I might bring you back on towards the end. And so just stick around.
I will. Hell yeah.
I appreciate you, Reese from Philly, dog. Shout out to Reese from Philly, man. So, guys, just like I stated, this Atlanta Dream game is going to be a game they must win. They play Atlanta more than any other team. More than any other team. The injuries, bro, they're going to have a freaking field day. Field day if they lose this game, bro. This is going to make national news. But let's get into the focus of the hour. The focus of the hour. This right here is a video that I was sent on X. And in this video is about to expose something very, very major with the Fever defense. Shout out to my guy. Listen.
Hold on, though. There's more, though. Still first quarter. Caitlin's out the game. Now the score is 8-7. Caitlin's out the game. Next possession. Hold on. We have... Damn, I wish I could pause it and it still be... you still can see the screen a little bit. But we got Sophie Cunningham, Raven Johnson, Mo Billings, MHA, and Kelsey Mitchell on the court. Your best defender on the court right now is probably Raven Johnson. Is your best defender. Now let's watch. Miss, rebound. Raven, this is your best defender here on the ball.
Now, Stephanie White had made a statement about Raven Johnson. So in that argument, right, that Caitlin Clark had, I believe Stephanie White told Caitlin to get up so Raven Johnson could sit down. Stephanie White, and I'm going to play the video of the announcer saying on the game how Stephanie White feel about Raven Johnson, how Stephanie White feel about everything. You feel me? In regards to Raven Johnson and Caitlin Clark. Because I'm about to expose something, but I want to play this first.
On the ball. Best defender. Let's go. Pick and roll. Doesn't fight through. All right, anyway. They give throw the little toss. Raven gets scored on. Let's run that back.
My dude cooking. Sweet potato pie.
Rebound. Your best defender, Raven, on the ball. This is the same shit they did to Caitlin. Put her in the fucking pick and roll.
Same exact
They just did the same thing to fucking Raven. What are y'all talking about? Caitlin's not even on the fucking court.
They did the same thing. Did the same thing to Caitlin, bro. Now, this is what the announcer said during the game. How Stephanie White feel about Raven Johnson. Now, I'm not making this live to like bash on Raven. Not at all. I feel like we getting our money's worth out of her. But this is what the announcer said during the game about Raven Johnson. Let's listen.
I think what I liked most about what Steph White said when Raven Johnson's in the game, that the pace of the team picks up, that Raven Johnson is so fast with the basketball, they feel like they almost play faster with her as the one. But she is, I think what I liked most about what Steph White said.
Did y'all hear what Steph White? They play faster with Raven Johnson having the ball. I'm starting to believe Stephanie White and Dawn Staley is up to a secret something experiment. Dawn Staley has been very outspoken when it comes to Caitlin Clark on so many levels, on many platforms. We know that Dawn Staley and Stephanie White are like this. They was teammates. Pay attention. We cooking right now. We cooking. So I want y'all to just stay with me here. Stay with me here. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Somebody said we all love Raven, not bash. No, I'm not bashing Raven. I'm painting y'all a picture right now. The connection, Dawn Staley, all these South Carolina players coming, all of these different scenarios. Now, I think the world have synced this right here, right? I think the world have synced this interaction between Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White. But we about to play it again. We is about to play this interaction again right here for y'all. Because I believe the Fever is going to try to scrub this off the internet. So we all remember this, right? This is what happened last night. Let's play it. Now, look at Stephanie White yelling at Caitlin, all in her grill. Caitlin drinking her Gatorade. Yeah, Stephanie, I'm a Gatorade sponsor. I got my own damn flavor Gatorade. See, that's what Caitlin Clark like. You can shut the hell up. I'm drinking my own Gatorade flavor. Look, Caitlin is clearly ignoring. So I think at this moment, Stephanie White uttered something to get the F out my face. Or Caitlin, somebody is what I'm seeing, allegedly. Okay, Raven, sit down right here. Okay, Raven. Look, okay, Raven, sit down right now. Caitlin shaking her head. It's clear. It's clear what Stephanie's doing right now. It's clear as day what Stephanie's doing. Stephanie wanted Raven Johnson. I do now after everything played out, has been playing out since this first month of basketball. I believe Stephanie White's plan was to draft Raven Johnson in the first round. That was her plan. She wanted Raven. This been her plan from the beginning. Somebody said she should be the ones that's facilitating the ball at all times. Exactly. She definitely. There's no way you can remotely tell me that it was not a plan to draft Raven Johnson after this interaction. After Stephanie White went on the notion and said we play faster when Raven got the ball. What? Now, I'm not here to ish on Raven. Not at all. But I am here to justify the scrutiny and the sabotage against Caitlin Clark because it needs to be justified. The scrutiny is at an all-time high. And the justification of the scrutiny is that they wanted Raven Johnson. You can't sit up here and tell me, based off this, right here. Up there. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody said, CC, what's up with her agent? We gonna talk about the agent stuff in a minute. We gonna talk about the agent stuff. We gonna talk about, somebody said, the announcer, oh yeah, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Listen, we got
I
it.
think what I liked most about what Steph White said when Raven Johnson's in the game, that the pace of the team picks up, that Raven Johnson is so fast with the basketball, they feel like they almost play faster with her as the one. But she is, I think what I liked most about
Y'all heard
what
that? And then in this same game, we get Caitlin get up. John research, bro, I did so many Stephanie White pressures at Vanderbilt after losing the game. It's all scripted. Wow. Somebody said, why didn't the draft? Okay, bro, because look, they didn't draft the big. Look, it's all making sense. Stephanie wanted Raven, and she want to play small ball. Bro, everything's right there in front of our face, guys. Now, going back to the defense, because somebody said something about Caitlin Clark getting these fouls. I got another video for you, bro. I told y'all, we finna cook today, and I haven't even got to the main focus of the live yet. I haven't even hit the main focus of my live yet. We're still cooking. Somebody said, why do you guys spend so much time in Caitlin content channels? Are you on a mission? Bro, I've been here since Caitlin was at Iowa, bro. Hold on. So, there's more. Oh, there's more I want to show y'all. There's so much more. Because y'all remember, right? Hold on. I think this is the one, dog. This is the one. Let's listen.
Now,
Watch this.
let's take a second and look at this. 8-2.
Now, to start the game, if you watch the Portland game, the start of the game was 8-2. Looked like the Fever was about to win. Easy buckets, easy winning. That's what this game looked like, right? I mean, from tip off. We all seen this game, right? It looked like they was about to cook. Listen, watch this.
Still the first quarter. Fever just went on a nice little run. Let's look at now. Look who they have on the floor. Caitlin, Lexi, Mo, AB. Lexi is your best POA defender on the floor right now. This is your best defender right here. Out of everybody on the court, this is your best defender right here. Guarding the ball. They put Caitlin in a screen. Why is your best defender running away from the switch? She has to fight through that screen and get to here. Like, now this is just not like, now, and then you have everybody else. Look at everybody. There's nobody with a foot.
Now watch. Caitlin Clark, once again, right? Once again, will get no help on defense. Look. Watch this. Watch this right here, guys, because the growing notion is that Caitlin Clark don't play defense. Caitlin Clark defense is trash, right? That's the narrative people want to say all the time. That's what they listen to them. Watch this.
In the paint. Everybody's just, come on, bro. Boom. She gets the switch on Caitlin. Takes Caitlin to the rim. Look at everybody else. Why are you Aaliyah Boston? Why is Aaliyah Boston guarding her all the way up here? Why? Why is Mo Billings and Kelsey Mitchell in the fucking corner holding hands? Why is nobody there for help defense, bro?
Look at the paint. Guys, this is what I was telling y'all. I've been telling y'all this ever since the first game. Look at the paint, the defensive rebounds. We're talking about the defensive rebounds. Oh, we're going to get to Kelly in a minute. I told you, I haven't even got to the main part of my live yet, because we're definitely going to get to Kelly and Amber. We're going to get to them both. We're going to get to them both. Just wait. Oh, just wait, because we cooking today. I'm telling y'all, we cooking today. Chef Boyardee, a liquidator, bro. Now, defensive rebounds, right, is what we was talking about. Let me go here, bro. Hold on here, because the Indiana Fever is struggling defensively everywhere, bro, everywhere. But my thing is, why is nobody in the paint, bro? Now, I'm finna let this play out. Watch this.
For help defense, bro. And y'all steady talking about Caitlin. Look, that's not bad defense. Look at that. That's not bad defense. There is nobody helping her. Fuck out of here.
Watch it again. Watch it again.
No.
Now, what happened after this? What happened after this, guys? After this little series? Huh? Clean call. CC needs to learn. Bro, I just broke it all down, King. What are you talking about? So, did you not watch the clip, King? Is you not paying attention? So, where did Caitlin Clark not play defense? Where did Caitlin Clark not play defense? Caitlin Clark don't have any help.
And get to here.
Watch it.
Like, this is just not like, and then you have everybody else. Look at everybody. There's nobody with a foot in the paint. Everybody's just.
Guess what? Film don't
Come on,
lie.
bro.
Film don't
Boom.
lie.
She gets the switch on Caitlin. Takes Caitlin to the rim. Look at everybody else. Why are you Aaliyah Boston? Why is Aaliyah Boston guarding her all the way up here? Why? Why is Mo Billings and Kelsey Mitchell in the fucking corner holding hands?
Why is Mo Billings even over here in the damn corner? Bro, I believe they was told to get out the paint. Look, Aaliyah Boston is the highest paid WNBA player in the entire league, right? Don't y'all think she know X's and O's? She has a whole podcast about, hold on, somebody said haters. Words, yeah, because you finna go straight to Blockbusters. Where's the haters? Because they need to go straight to Blockbuster. I need moderators. Where's the moderators? The coaches know that CC will get animated, and I believe they provoke it for the media clips, creating the image of her being a problem. Yes, they all. Wendy, I like you, Wendy, because you always in the chat. And Wendy, I'm going to make you a moderator, Wendy. Can you help me get these people out of here, Wendy? Block them all, Wendy. Please block them all for John Liquidator, Wendy. I really need that solid from you. Hold on. We got to get these trolls out of here because they're messing up the vibe in the room. The vibe is getting off, bro. We need nothing but good vibes, bro. Hold on. Where's Wendy at? I need to make Wendy a moderator. Wendy always show love. Okay, Wendy. Appreciate you, Wendy. Wendy is so awesome. She always positive in the chat. But I'm trying to see chat, right?
Why is nobody there for help defense, bro? And y'all steady talking about Caitlin. Look, that's not bad defense. Look at that. That's not.
Look at Lexi. Look at Aaliyah Boston with her arms up because she knows she just fucked up. She's too late. She's too late. Aaliyah Boston's supposed to be over here. Over here. Why is she all the way right here? Aaliyah Boston's supposed to be over here. Somebody said, John, you've been on it since the Get It Go. You're totally correct. These games are fixed, and Stephanie White is the fixer. Exactly, bro. They're being told to do these things, bro. Every game, the coach got a game plan for that game.
Bad defense. There is.
Telling you right now, guys, this is bad. This is bad. But we got to talk about this. Moving on to the next segment of the live. Somebody said this defense, y'all, all of a sudden started happening. That video came out of Brianna January with CC on the bench. I don't know what you mean by that. But we have to move on to the next segment of the video. That is this right here. Now, I did make a video about this today. Now, I'm about to read this to you guys, right? I'm about to read this to you guys before we get into the main topic of the live, because we're going to get into the main topic of the live here. But I want to read this to you guys. So somebody sent this to me. What's up with you, Superman NY? What's up with you, bro? Hey, bro, I think you're you do New York Giants content, don't you, bro? Hey, Superman NY, DM me on Instagram, bro. DM me on gram. So somebody sent this to me last night, and I want to talk about this because I gave it some thought, and I wanted to sleep on it for a minute and kind of dissect this. So I'm about to read this to you guys, and then chat. I want to know y'all thoughts about this message. So it stated, I got a phone call from a friend on May the 18th who worked close with the Indiana Fever front office in Cambridge. Now, all of this information I'm about to read you guys is allegedly, because I cannot confirm this, but it goes on to say, he said, so it is a guy. He said there were difficulties surrounding Caitlin Clark's future epic contract extension. A lot of concern within the front office that Caitlin Clark will not sign it, as she has been not committal on the issue so far. Concern further built as her boyfriend left his job in Indianapolis and has yet to look for jobs in the area at all. Butler's staff was confused by his departure. From what I know, it doesn't seem like Caitlin has a problem with players or coaching staff. No definitive answers, or whether it's the president or the general manager. But the problem for her is the front office. Something was said that damaged the relationship. A signing or two. Again, he didn't expect her to act out, but the relationship is growing shockingly cold and strange. This is what somebody sent me on X last night. So whenever I got sent this, right? So whenever I got sent this on X last night, I decided to do some research. And I came across this. So this is Caitlin Clark boyfriend, those of you guys who knows who Connor is and stuff. Because I say, man, ain't no way this can't be for real. This just can't be for real, man. So I did some digging last night when I made that video, and I was reading this. It says Connor McCaffrey recently concluded his second season as an assistant head coach on Thad Monty Butler's staff. He concluded. I say, what? Connor don't work for Butler no more? Damn. When that happened? This didn't even make national news. Nobody connected the Connor dots. Yep, Connor is Caitlin's boyfriend. Exactly. Superman NYC. I said, damn. Nobody connected Connor not working for Butler. Caitlin was help recruiting for Butler, I thought. You know, I thought Caitlin was going there. She was helping visiting players when they come in on visits to Butler, and she was doing a good service. And I say, well, damn, what you mean is, in this, it stated Connor abruptly left, and Butler's staff was confused by his departure. From what I know, it doesn't seem like Caitlin has a problem with players. I say, damn. And then I got the further reading. Said McCaffrey served as developmental coordinator for the Pacers in 23 to 24. Oh. So Connor worked for the Pacers, the same people Caitlin worked for. Damn. I say, Now, Caitlin was drafted in 2024. So Connor was in Indy before Caitlin was. So if Connor was there before Caitlin, I mean, Connor got some relationships and know a little bit about the Pacers front office, right? I would assume that, they absolutely need to get some men in the front office. Yeah. So I was thinking, I say, damn, maybe this might have some merit to it. Because what was the odds of Connor abruptly leaving Butler? And then Caitlin saying what she said to Aaliyah Boston. Because we all remember when Caitlin Clark was on a podcast with Aaliyah Boston. And Caitlin let it be known that you're signed until 2029. That's what Caitlin said to Aaliyah Boston on the podcast. And then there was another incident that we're going to talk about after I play this little clip is Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston last night in Portland at the game. Because there was a situation between Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston at the game with them on the bench sitting next to each other. There was a conversation being had, and they covered their mouths. I don't think any of this stuff is on accident. I don't think anything that we're seeing is by chance. I believe everything that we're seeing in regards to Caitlin Clark, this whole situation with her and Stephanie White and everything is by chance. I think there is something going on in Indy, and it's starting to come out.
Whatever.
Now we already
because
She's
like
epic. She has to. Whatever.
she's on that till 2029. 2029.
Are
Yeah, no,
you
that's
with
what
the
I'm
Fever till
saying.
2029? Hey, I love playing with you.
Yeah, well, I'm only signed till
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
well next year.
next year. That's what Caitlin said. Now, moving on to another segment of the video. This right here is one of the hottest topics I kept. I want to keep this in the toolbox real quick. So, there has been a growing notion that fans want Christy Size back. Oh, man, we need Christy Size back. Christy, we sorry for what we did. Christy, can we let it go, Christy? We realize, Christy, you gave in at the end. Now, Christy Sides was still getting paid by the Fever last year. Christy Sides has been minding her business, watching from afar. This is the second time I've seen Christy Sides troll the Fever. The first time I didn't react to it. Oh, but this time I did. Oh, this time I did. Christy Sides made it her business to post during this game, to post to let the world know y'all stupid. Y'all stupid as hell. Y'all stupid as hell. Now, this is Christy Sides' Instagram page. One thing I can say about Christy Sides is that towards the end of the stint with Caitlin Clark, that second half of the season, Christy turned it around and she said, you know what, Caitlin, you win. Caitlin, we're going to let you do your thing. And the Fever went to the playoffs and they was beat. They was beat by the same damn coach that took her job. They was beat by the same coach that took her fucking job. So I think with Christy Sides, guys, this might be a little personal. because Christy Size wasn't granted that second season opportunity. That Stephanie was bad last year. We can't erase the fact that Stephanie was a bad coach last year. Christy was never given the second year like Stephanie is given. And Stephanie's second year is worse than the first year. Stephanie is worse than the first year. That's why I think this is personal for Christy Size. Because everybody watched the season last year. Stephanie White was fucking up last year in July. We can't forget the defense was bad last year. But y'all want to know what the Fever tried to do? The Fever tried to use a magic eraser because Kelsey Mitchell was balling out. Kelsey Mitchell was balling out. And you guys remember, chat? So you guys remember when Kelsey Mitchell was balling out in August, then in September, they was painting how the Fever was better without Caitlin. Y'all remember that campaign? It's hard to forget that campaign. That campaign that was being said how the Fever was better without Caitlin Clark. We all remember that. They went on for that for like a month straight. Hell, it's even so bad that Stephanie White is still carrying the notion that the Fever play faster without Caitlin Clark having the ball in her hand. But the one coach, and we crucify Christy Size, and I apologize to Christy Size many times about my videos. I'm from the Christy Size. I am sorry for all of the videos I made about you, Christy Size. I apologize. I am truly sorry I made those videos, Christy, because it was a lot of millions of views. Because something I've noticed is that Christy Size never miss an opportunity to subliminally diss the Fever, and that's exactly what Christy Size did last night. Oh, watch this. So this is what Christy Size posted yesterday. Christy Size posted this during the game, I believe. Christy Size said, "It's hard to beat days like this." Oh, my goodness. I'm finna blow this up for y'all. Christy Size stated, "It's hard to beat days like this." Somebody said, so you fire a coach and bring in a worse coach. Make it make sense, Mike. Hey, look, Mike. Make it make sense, bro. Look. Somebody said, so you fire a coach and bring in a worse coach. Oh, my God. Make it make sense. This is what Christy Size posted 14 hours ago, bro. The thing that pisses me off so bad, with the Fever front office, because that's what we're finna pivot to now, is y'all awarded Stephanie White the opportunity to get a second season with Caitlin Clark, but you never gave that to Christy Size. Stephanie White basically barely made it to the semifinals. Stephanie White did nothing. She did absolutely nothing. Kelsey Mitchell and your developmental players and not Bree Hall. Damn, what Odyssey Sims, who's currently kicking ass with Dallas right now. Oh, I bet you hate you got rid of Odyssey Sims, huh? Somebody said y'all all want a Christy Size fired now. No, bro. Nope. I'm apologizing to Christy Size. Somebody said at least Christy Size used CC as a facilitator to complete ball control, just like Lisa Bluter. Exactly, Floyd. Tell like it is. It's just like Lisa Bluter, bro. Somebody said CC is at fault, bro. I'm sick of you, bro. I'm sick of you, bro. You gotta go. King Charles, get straight to Blockbuster, bro. I'm sick of you, dog. You gotta go. But yeah, she did. She did. Because Christy Sides realized. Or Christy Sides might have called Lisa Bluter. We don't know if Christy Sides ever contacted Lisa Bluter. Christy Sides probably could have called Lisa Bluter and say, hey, what's the best way to coach Caitlin? What's the best way to win with Caitlin, bro? That could have happened. Now, moving on here, because I just think it was just such a great thing to talk about that, because I think that was just awesome to me that she got some get back. Yeah, she got some get back, bro. Now, moving on here, I want to play this for y'all, because this is for all of the people that do not believe that the Indiana Fever is sabotaging Caitlin Clark. Now, guess who got to come to the altar right now? The Fever front office. So this was Kelly. I believe this was Kelly last year at the conclusion of the season. I want you guys to listen to about this 20-second conversation. We're going to react to it, break it down, and talk about it again. Let's play this.
That we want to sustain the growth and the interest level in the franchise. I mean, this is about the Indiana Fever. Yes, we have a foundational player in Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston, and we're going to continue to add to that. But I want this team to be the leader in the country, and a brand, an enduring brand, like Apple or something. I mean, we have a real opportunity here that we want to sustain the growth and the interest level in the franchise. I mean, this is about the Indiana Fever.
That part right there. Y'all didn't catch that last part? Kelly stated, this is about the Indiana Fever. This ain't about Caitlin Clark. This is about the Indiana Fever. Hence why, once again, they let Stephanie White get a second season, guys. This is what she said.
Yes, we have a foundational player in Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston, and we're going to continue to add to that. But I want this team to be the leader in the country, and a brand, an enduring brand, like Apple or something. I mean, we have a real opportunity here that we want to sustain.
Y'all heard that? They have a real opportunity. Now, let's get into some more X's and O's content of the live, man. So, this right here is another video reaction of the Indiana Fever defense. Somebody said, my hat's off to you, Stephanie White. It takes an utter genius to coach this bad, no talents, no timeouts left. The end of the fourth quarter, didn't get teed up, protests, shady refs, nothing. Let's watch
Clark to Leah Boston. And then Monique Billings. I haven't seen her do one thing all season. What a letdown. Traveled. And then Caitlin Clark gets the offensive rebound, put back, splashes a jumper. Finds Kelsey Mitchell. We're doing great. Fast break offense. Caitlin Clark to Aaliyah Boston. I'm loving it. 8-2. Then they call 6 fouls in a row. Monique Billings. There was one. Look at this. She touches the ball for 1 second. Where's the foul? And then Caitlin Clark. If anything, she got elbowed. There's Caitlin Clark's first foul. Somebody tell me where's the foul. There was 2. Watch this. Hines Allen, hands straight up. There's 3 in a row. Raven Johnson, there's 4 fouls consecutively. And then watch Hines Allen.
Now, you guys remember when I first started the live, those of you guys who's been watching the live since the beginning, how I said it's 2 people at fault here? You guys remember when I said Stephanie White is at fault and the WNBA referees is at fault. Remember I said that when I first started the live. These fouls, right? let me try to blow this up some. This is when, so Caitlin Clark got a foul in the first quarter. Let me rewind it back.
Boston
Hold on.
traveled, and then Caitlin Clark gets the offensive rebound, put back, splashes a jumper, finds Kelsey Mitchell.
Caitlin Clark get a foul like within the first like crazy.
We're doing great.
Let's see.
Fast break offense. Caitlin Clark to Aaliyah Boston. I'm loving it. 8-2. Then they call 6 fouls in a row. Monique Billings. There was one. Look at this. She touches the ball for 1 second. Where's the foul?
Okay, here it comes, guys. Here it comes.
She got elbowed. There's Caitlin Clark's first foul.
Now, Caitlin Clark got a foul on this play, guys. Caitlin Clark received a foul on this play right here. This was Caitlin Clark's very first foul. So, this was Caitlin Clark's first foul of the game, guys. Watch this.
Somebody tell me
where was the foul? Watch this. Boom. Boom. Where was Caitlin Clark? Where was the foul, bro? Boom. Boom. Because the ref is already going to call the foul before. Let's see.
Somebody tell me where's the foul. There was 2. Watch this. Hines Allen, hands straight up. There's 3 in a row. Raven Johnson, there's 4 fouls consecutively. And then watch Hines Allen. Just standing there. 6 fouls in a row.
6.
Count them for me. Sophie Cunningham.
6 fouls in a row. Watch the clock, guys. Look at the time on the screen. Watch the time on the screen. 6 fouls in a row. 6 fouls in a row.
Didn't touch her. 7 fouls in a row. Ty Harris just throws the ball out of bounds. She does not pass the ball. She shoots a 3-pointer every time she touches it. I don't know about her yet. And then Michaela Timpson was a bright spot tonight. Huge block. Aaliyah Boston, the first half, her defender falls down. Just can't quite get it together. Caitlin Clark, second foul.
Where was the foul? Look, guys, Caitlin Clark had 2 fouls in the first quarter. Look, pay attention to what we're painting here. Pay attention. Remember, when I first started this live, I stated it's Stephanie White and the refs. So, look. This was Caitlin Clark's second foul. She already had 2 fouls in the first quarter, guys. Caitlin Clark was already at 2 fouls in the first quarter. Already at 2. I'm going to have to kind of take this down in a minute because it's going to get copyrighted, guys. So, this was Caitlin Clark's second foul. Watch it.
Get it together. Caitlin.
Where was the foul?
Caitlin Clark, second.
Where was the foul? Look at the ref right here. Bottom left screen. Bottom left screen here. Bottom left screen. Where was the foul? You seeing? Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing what I'm showing you here? Because you have to pay attention to what I'm showing you. It's being displayed. It's 2 factors. Now, we all know Stephanie White's a horrible coach. Horrible coach. I think we all could agree Stephanie White is a major problem. But there is none more major than these damn referees. That was Caitlin Clark's second foul. This one was the one that really screwed up everything. Anybody with no ball, you get 2 fouls in the first. It's just going to make for a long night. You get 2 fouls in the first quarter. That's a long night. Watch it, bro. Watch it again.
Didn't touch her. 7 fouls in a row. Ty Harris just throws the ball out of bounds. She does not pass the ball. She shoots a 3-pointer every time she touches it. I don't know about her yet. And then Michaela Timpson was a bright spot tonight. Huge block. Aaliyah Boston, the first half, her defender falls down. Just can't quite get it together. Caitlin Clark, second foul.
Bro, this one was the most obvious no foul. Why didn't Stephanie White challenge this? Where was the foul? Why didn't she challenge this one right here? Somebody said, I believe that I can't last until Thursday. This is heartbreaking. Yes, it is. NBA officials come in and fire all. Bro, I done did so many videos up on the refs, bro. It ain't even funny. Somebody said the refs, no challenges. This organization is mafia. Bro, had she challenged this one, Had she challenged this one, this would have slowed down the momentum of the refs. This was the second foul of the game. Somebody says, John, you're the first go-to for sports. They are shooting her. They something heard, bro. Because this foul was the foul that changed everything. This was the second foul. Stephanie White should have challenged this foul. I don't give a damn. It's in the first quarter. I don't give a damn. This could fuck up the momentum of the game. That's exactly what it did. That second foul.
Don't see it. Caitlin Clark with the steal and gets fouled. And then here we go. Ty Harris. It's 2-on-1. Pass the ball to Timpson.
Yep.
We get a 3-pointer from Boston on a 2-on-1 fast break. Caitlin Clark, she can't play defense. They call foul every time. So the girl throws an elbow at her. Caitlin Clark, if it was her, it would have been a charge. I guarantee you that. Michaela Timpson says, get that weak stuff out of my house. Huge block. Caitlin Clark gets obliterated. Look at this. Look at this body foul.
No foul. No foul. Make it make sense. Bro, I got to blow this back up. Watch this, guys. Watch this real quick.
Michaela Timpson says, get that weak stuff out of my house. Huge block. Caitlin Clark gets obliterated. Look at this. Look at this body foul. 2 people foul her. She can't go near anyone without getting called a foul, and she gets taken out.
Wow.
Kelsey Mitchell, we just had so many turnovers that we're just handing the ball to their team. Raven Johnson with a nice finish. Then here we go. Raven Johnson, clean block. They call another foul on Raven Johnson. We can't play defense. Look at this. This is the worst one for Raven Johnson. Didn't even touch her. Look at this. Where's the foul? Caitlin Clark can't believe.
Caitlin, hello, man. Caitlin's on the bench. Caitlin got 2 fouls, y'all. Caitlin's sitting at 2 fouls. This is, had Stephanie White challenged that second foul, y'all understanding what we're saying here? Had she challenged the second one?
What she's seeing. Neither can any of the Fever fans. This is crazy. It gets worse. Stay with me. Love this pass by Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell, great game. Kelsey Mitchell with the back door. Nice layup. Sophie Cunningham. Give the ball up. I love you, Sophie. One of my favorite players in the league. 2-on-1. Give the ball up. Caitlin Clark gets hit in the elbow. Look at this.
No foul again on Caitlin. Another one. That's 2. Look, watch this. I got to blow it up. Bro. Watch this, guys. Watch this.
I love you, Sophie. One of my favorite players in the league. 2-on-1. Give the ball up. Caitlin Clark gets hit in the elbow. Look at this.
Referee ain't even look. Oh, referee looking right at it. The ref standing right here. Tell me I'm tripping. She's literally standing right here, watching eye line, shooting in progress. Need some blood pressure medicine. Bro. Look, progress, shooter, referee eye on the ball. Caitlin hands. Look at this. What the? Look. I can't make this up.
Watch this in slow motion.
Boom. She's looking dead at it. Bro, tell me I'm lying, bro. Tell me this is clickbait. People like to say John the clickbaiter. Tell me I'm lying. It ain't no conspiracy. You can't tell me on God's green earth that there is no conspiracy against Caitlin Clark. Somebody said Caitlin Clark need to get out, and I'm done watching, bro. Superman NYC said She's looking right at it. She's looking. I can't make this up. What the, bruh? She watched the whole look.
Her arm gets hit. You could clearly see it. Don't call it. Caitlin Clark cannot get a whistle, but is called for every single whistle on her. Hines Allen, like I said, these turnovers just gave the ball to the other team. Gave the ball to the other team. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, air balls. You do not see that often. We just did not play our game. The refs have us all messed up. Caitlin Clark, look at this, her third foul.
Third foul. Caitlin sitting at 3 at this point. Caitlin sitting at 3. Hold on. I wish they showed the quarter. This is probably in a second. Yep, it was in a second.
All messed up. Caitlin Clark, look at this.
I don't even think Caitlin touched her. Did Caitlin even touch
all messed up. Caitlin Clark.
Bro. This was Caitlin Clark's third foul of the game. This is Caitlin Clark's third foul. Did Stephanie White challenge any of Caitlin Clark fouls? I can't remember, but did Stephanie White challenge any of the fouls that Caitlin Clark got? Because I'm trying to think, and I don't think she did. After seeing this and slowing it down, rewatching it again, slowing it down, watching it again, I don't think Stephanie White challenged any of Caitlin Clark fouls. Somebody said after the third foul, White took her out. Right. So, Superman NYC said, nope, no, she didn't. Come on, bro. She didn't challenge none of the fouls. Not one ever. Stephanie White didn't challenge any of CC fouls in this game and almost never does. And almost never does, bro. Guys, we just watched Caitlin Clark received 5 fouls in this game. I don't believe she fouled out. But we just seen about half of her fouls. Half of the fouls that Caitlin Clark got are no fouls. Somebody said Stephanie White didn't challenge anything. These fouls that aren't getting called right by the refs, what makes you think they don't advertise on FanDuel? The reason I say that is every commercial, usually FanDuel during the game. What was the lineup? What was the line on the game? We going to get to the game in a minute, bro. 8.5. Oh, there we go. 11.2. What challenged AB, not CC? I mean, White challenged AB, not CC. Exactly, bro. And so Stephanie White did challenge one of Aaliyah Boston fouls. Is what y'all saying? Because I don't believe she challenged none of Caitlin fouls, and I don't think she did it. I don't think she challenged any of the Caitlin fouls in the last game. Versus Golden State. Call it for what it is. Sabotage. It's definitely sabotage. Definitely White ball in the house. She is damn good coach, according to some. No, she ain't. She ain't, bro. Ain't never seen a bunch of crybabies. Y'all blame the coach. Bro, you is going to the blockbusters, bro. Get out of here hating. You just hating, bro. Get out of here, bro. Somebody said, call it for what it is. Sabotage. It is definitely sabotage at this point. Beyond, I think sabotage is just, I don't. It's criminal, bro. This is criminal. I don't even think. Somebody said CC should go overseas and play and watch that league go down. Playing Stephanie White's game, the Fever may not win any more games. I said that, bro. I've been very vocal about the next 48 hours, bro. I started the live off with Reese from Philly, and I'm going to probably close the live off with another conversation with him after, I did the show, and I just want his reaction from it all. Ask about Vanderbilt, 43 or 86. It was horrible, bro. Stephanie White only won like 13 out of 51 SEC games. It was just horrible, bro. Angie No Balls gifted 10 members. Shout out to Angie No Ball, bro. Appreciate you, Angie. Angie just gifted 10 memberships. Shout out to Angie. That's love. That's love there, bro. Shout out to Angie. Angie in the chat. Hey, Angie. Hey, Angie, you want to get on here, Angie? Because last time you did so good, Angie. You did so good, Angie. Hey, Angie, I'm about to drop a link in the chat, guys. Shout out to Angie. She gifted out 10 memberships. Shout out to Angie. Angie, I just dropped the link down in the chat. I want to get your thoughts on these referees, Angie. Click on the link for me. Angie did such a great job last time. She's so awesome. I appreciate you, Angie. Thank you so much for the 10 memberships. Somebody said, I totally believe there's gambling going on doing this with the referees. Let's go. Hey, there's something's going on. Something's cooking. Because we're only halfway through this video, and we're going to play some more here in a hot second. I want to bring Angie on. Angie, if you're not busy, Angie, do you mind jumping on? John Liquidator, you're right, because the way they were talking turn with Caitlin Clark on defense was criminal. It's definitely criminal. CC is averaging 1.1 block per game. Sure, man. Yeah, okay, guys. So Angie is about to jump on. She's thanks, Angie. We got JTL, NCC, F all the CC haters. Exactly, man. Forget all the haters. Shake the haters off. Y'all know the vibes, man. Yeah. This is, to me, it's criminal. Like, it's definitely criminal at this point. She was assaulted her first year. After rewatching the game, the Fever defense was scared to play because the ref was calling out fouls without any contact. Exactly, bro. Looking for the link. Hold on, Angie. I'm about to drop another one for you. There go another one for you. Jump on here real quick, Angie. Angie, did you click on the link? Angie. Okay, guys. I got Angie in the chat. Angie, are you? I need you to unmute. Unmute for me, Angie. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Angie. I still can't hear you, Angie. Hello, Angie? Hold on.
You got me?
Yep, I got you now. So,
hey, man, how you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm a little frustrated today.
Yeah, I was a little frustrated last night. I had to go get me another glass of wine before I threw my laptop at the TV. Hey, am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one. I've seen this. How in the world does any coach on a post-game interview say, yes, it's my strategy to take my point guard out at 3 minutes of the game? Are you making sure the bettors now know you're under for Q1? I mean, come on, John, tell me. Nobody takes the point guards out in the first quarter. Nobody.
Somebody did drop in the chat and said that FanDuel or something, might be like conspiring with the refs or something like that. So now this is all alleged, but if that is the case, Angie, this is very criminal.
Well, it's Maggie, shut up. It's criminal. It's also incompetent. It's also, I mean, Stephanie White is known for not leaving her game strategy, period. She had 9 players leave Vanderbilt. And they weren't like scrubs.
Starters. They were starters.
They were her high point guard, her highest defensive player, and I don't remember the other ones, but you don't lose 9 when something's going good. She does not know how to coach younger players that are more dynamic and actually know how to play ball. Okay, so let's go to the numbers, right?
Yeah.
I did some digging. CC averages 1 block per game. That's 1 steal, 1 block, and 4 rebounds. Just the block. I love blocks, right? That's like defense. A block
Right.
or a steal. No other guard. Paige is half of 1. Natasha Cloud, who I love, playing. I just wish she'd shut her mouth. 0.3. Chelsea Gray, who's supposed to be, the GOAT of point guards, 0.3. And Sabrina Ionescu, which everybody loves, 0.2. Now, Caitlin is not going to be that fast person that's going to run her feet, straight down in there. She's not. But you put her on kind of the weak side, that girl's going to get the ball. She's going to block it. She's going to steal it or make them take a bad shot. And I'm just sick of hearing people saying she doesn't know defense. She does.
Yeah.
For her position, she knows it better than the other players.
Exactly. Now, I pulled up some notes here, right, from Stephanie White time at Vanderbilt, and I want to read some of the notes to you guys in chat. So, Stephanie White at Vanderbilt, right? Vanderbilt landed multiple SEC all-freshman players. She brought in several ESPNW top 100 recruits. The roster became younger and more athletic, right? So going back to what Angie said, Angie stated that she don't know how to coach younger players. So she brought in several younger freshmen, all SEC players, to Vanderbilt at her time there. Now, her time at Vanderbilt, she allowed 71 points in 2016 through 17, 79 points in 17 to 18, and 70 points through 18 and 19, right?
Yeah,
Now,
and what was her overall record?
So her overall record at Vanderbilt was 46 and 83 overall. She went 13 and 54 with SEC play and 0 tournament appearances.
Yep. Stellar, right? That's why you'd want to hire her to take, another team in the WNBA. The only reason she got hired is what I'd call the good old boy system. I truly believe that.
Exactly.
They're still going back to the years before where she was at the Fever and won a championship. Well, look at those players then versus now. It's very different. Very, very different. And she doesn't know how to handle social media. She doesn't know how to handle press conferences. I love when they asked Caitlin, was it the referees? And she said, yeah, the referees weren't my problem tonight. Our problem wasn't our problem tonight.
And something else, I'm sorry to cut you off, Angie. Something else that Stephanie White does is that she don't take responsibility for her coaching errors. So she don't say like, hey, that was on me. That's my fault. She's always we, they. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's terrible. You're right. And listen, leadership, I always say leadership stinks from the head down, right? But leadership, a leader does not do that in any situation. Business, I ran huge teams all my life, and you never scold in public. You never take and push off the responsibility of a team's performance off of yourself. That is you. You. That's what you get paid for. That's what they put you up there for. That's why you're on there in front of a mic,
Right.
right? So you look at, I went back and looked at other mic moments, and she doesn't take responsibility. And I'm talking about before Caitlin, but she sure doesn't say anything positive unless the team won. And then it was her. You know, I think our plan, our strategy,
Exactly.
how we practiced, blah, blah, blah. When they lose, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. Not, I should have, you know, took them out earlier. I should have changed the rotation, or we should go back to the drawing board, i.e., you and your assistants. I don't know, John, like, they're not going to fire her. They're not going to fire. So Caitlin and Caitlin's team have got to figure out, is this something they want to put up with and take a chance of her getting hurt? Then her mentally, this has got to be killing her. So you know, make a decision and move on, because it's painful to watch.
It's very, very painful. As a fan, as somebody that's been watching Caitlin Clark since she played at Iowa, it's night and day different. It's just night and day different. You can see Caitlin is very uncomfortable with this system. I've never seen Caitlin like this in all my years covering her. Just her body language, her frustration. Like, Caitlin always been frustrated with the refs, but I had never really seen Caitlin going off on coaches and lashing out. And you know, Angie,
No, and you see it. I mean, I don't get excited with that unless it's unwarranted.
Exactly.
You know, and this was totally unwarranted. And I'm sorry, my God, you're paying Monique Billings $800,000. $800,000 for what? And then I look at Aaliyah Boston's confused as hell. She's up playing. Look at the defense with this switching strategy. You got 5'8" guards in the paint trying to rebound or block a shot. And then you got AB, you got the Maisha. They're on the 3-point perimeter. Like, those girls aren't stupid. Somebody's telling them to do that.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, Angie, that's the same thing I said. I said there's no way Aaliyah Boston is the highest paid basketball player in the whole league, and she don't know to be in the paint. Somebody's telling her not to be in the paint.
Exactly. Look at the dish she got from Caitlin, and it was like she was surprised she got it, and then when she put it up, she missed it. And I don't know where Kelsey was going with that one ball. I thought she was throwing it to a fan in the stands almost. I'm like, dang, when I played ball, I'd do that. But you're getting paid $1.4 million to not guard, not assist, do nothing. Your job is to shoot the ball and make it go in.
Exactly.
That's it. That's
exactly.
it. That's your role play. I was curious, John, what you think, seriously, when this comes through, does anyone really look at it and seriously do anything different? Like fire her or move Caitlin or change this? I don't know. I mean,
I think at this point, Caitlin's going to have to do what Angel did.
Yeah. Or what Wade did. I'm sorry, Magic did. I don't know, I'm going back in time here, but he basically said, you know, trade me, get me out of here. We don't match. And you can say no harm, no foul. We just don't match. Which, to your point, is what the Vanderbilt players did. They're like, I only got so many years that are good, and I am not giving them to this lady.
Yeah, because it's just this distasteful. Now, I seen a tweet somebody sent me from another creator, and they said that they feel like the Caitlin Clark mania is going to die because of this. I don't think Caitlin Clark mania is going to die because of this. I think this is going to cause a catastrophic rift between Fever fans and Caitlin Clark fans. That's what's going to be affected by all this, because you have Fever fans and you have Caitlin Clark fans, but I don't feel like they're the same fans.
No, I don't either, and I don't think I guess the support for Caitlin's going to go down.
No.
I kind of worry about the overflow, though. Take Raven Johnson. So if you look at the last 4 years, the 10th pick in the draft, right? And you look at, in comparison, Raven's numbers, she's getting 1.3 points versus Leela Lakin 7.2 in the first 6 games. Average points per game 1.3. Leela, I'm sorry, minutes per game are the same, just about. Well, no, they're not. I'm sorry. Ravens
Who was the name again? I'm about to pull it up.
Leela Lakin. You can go look her up. So if you look at the last few years, so Raven, there was a girl named Savika. She went overseas, but Leela Lakin and how they performed, and they performed way better than Raven. I mean, Raven's getting 10 minutes per game. Lakin's getting 19. She was getting 19 minutes per game. And so, you know, you look at the points in there and the performance, Raven is not doing good. And then Zia Cook, was the 2023 10th pick, and she had 9.2 points per game, 1.7 rebounds, 1.8 average. I don't know what APG is. You probably do. And 21 minutes per game. Now, these were same position as Raven. It wasn't like one of them was a point guard. One was a point. Leela's a point guard combo. Zia Cook is a shooting guard, point guard, shooting guard. And so what kind of support coaching is Raven getting? She didn't suck coming into this. She was good. I mean, she guarded, oh man, the big girl.
Betts, Lorna Betts.
Yes. And I mean, shut that girl down. She's an ankle biter, right? But you look at, to me, you compare year over year over year.
Right.
You compare that team, people on that team, to the other teams, which shows you coaching, right?
Right.
And understand that whole team is, all of the Fever team are feeling this. I just don't want them. Yeah, I don't want them to turn on Caitlin. That'll hurt them.
And that's why, like, when I was on Whitlock the other day, I said Caitlin got to be a leader and she got to get out of her head. Like, she got to display leadership in the locker room first and foremost, because you don't want to lose the trust of your locker room as a player. So if people and your teammates expect you to be the leader of their ball club, you have to show leadership things. And like, you can't be jawing at the refs, which Caitlin Clark, I don't believe she jawed at the refs too bad last night, but she had every right to this particular game. But overall, I feel like Stephanie White is just trying to suck the life out of her at this point.
I don't know if she's trying to, but she is.
It looked very deliberate, Angie.
Oh, I know, but I think the deliberation is her ego and her refusal to accept that she needs to coach the team that she has, not coach her whatever 20 years of philosophy that didn't work.
Right.
I see a very narcissistic, ego-driven female, and, you know, girl on girl crime's bad, that she can't get out of her way. She won't.
And then, whenever they went to the Indy 500, right?
Yep.
So Stephanie White did an interview, and she said, yeah, that was my first time actually going to a race. Now, if you miss Indiana basketball, right? You're Miss Indiana. You're from Indiana. The one time Caitlin get to be this grand marshal, it's Caitlin's day.
Yeah, I took that. You know how I took that? I ain't got no money, so I ain't gonna spend it on this race. And I guarantee you, Caitlin got her in there. I'd put money on the fact that Caitlin was the one that made sure her coach got in there.
But if you from Indianapolis and you've been there your whole life, you didn't won national titles in Indiana, and you've been such a Miss Indiana. It's a good old boy system where you're at, and we know that the Indy 500 is by far the biggest thing in Indiana sports.
Well, yeah, I live in North Carolina, just a little bit north of Charlotte, and that's like saying, oh yeah, I've never been to a NASCAR race.
Exactly.
It's like, what? Well, at normal, maybe lots of people haven't, but you're coaching teams, you're leading teams, you're supposed to be part of the community. Oh wait, sorry, I got one thing on this community thing. Man, you talking about ticking me off about the stuff that Tiffany Hayes was yahooing and liking about this. They're going to run her out on their cousins and all this kind of stuff, right?
Right.
I wish somebody would do a video on the community work Caitlin is doing through her charity
Yes.
in Indianapolis for underprivileged girls to have somewhere to go after school, to play ball, and build on a dream that, maybe I could be there one day. There's not
Yeah.
a damn one of those other ones doing that.
No. I think I made a video like a month or two ago speaking about that. How like everybody want to say different things about Caitlin Clark, but when it comes to her charitable work, she can't be touched by any WNBA player with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, and ain't nobody saying nothing about that. Well,
If it's the Hy-Vee feeding the homeless, if it's the basketball courts, if it's giving away basketballs, merch, whatever, Caitlin Clark making her business to be a part of the community, not just in Indiana, but 4 other states. Her foundation is in 4 other states.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I knew there was one in Iowa. I didn't know the other 2.
Yes.
And that's class right there. That is, her mama raised her right.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely what this means. And Caitlin in that press conference says, basketball, it's a game. At the end of the day, it's a game. But it's a game to her that she loves more than anything. Like this girl's played since she was 6 years old. And people want to come out and be like, oh, she's racist. She's a ball hog. She's this, she's that. Oh, it just breaks my heart. I hate it for her. I watched Pistol Pete back in the day when he left NC. Yeah, he was my hero, man. I wanted to be Pistol Pete. Players said if he wasn't looking at you, you're getting the ball. And, that's Caitlin. And he had a similar problem. His teammates couldn't catch his ball. The coach didn't understand it. And when he went to the NBA, he took a bad dip mentally, bad. And I just hope and pray somebody steps in on her before that happens.
Now, Angie, I got a serious question for you.
Sure.
The way the Fever is playing right now, everything we've just seen in this first month of basketball, do you think the Indiana Fever is a playoff basketball team?
No, they're not. And what's ahead of them is worse than what has been behind them.
I spoke about this at the beginning part of the live, Angie. I said that Atlanta game, if nothing is done coaching wise before that game, that is going to be the one that is going to possibly kill the ratings. And oh my God, Atlanta's 5-2.
It's going to be ugly. Atlanta's 5-2 with Angel Reese not being able to put up a rebound. It will be ugly. And I'm glad they're in Indy. I would love to hear a Fire Stephanie White chant going, through the stands, but I can't see them right now. And it's not just with how they're playing, it's the structure, the strategy, the refusal to change how she's doing rotations. And then they're not developing the talent.
No.
I mean, every other coach, their players are getting better and better and better and better. AZ Fudd started out, sucking. And they're figuring out how to get her whatever.
Going.
Yeah.
AZ's going. Everybody thought that she was going to be a bust, and Dallas looking like they gonna be scary in the playoffs.
Yeah, Kennedy Carter is, she's a show. She's a problem. If you ever look at her eyes, I'm wondering if there's something not right in there. But I'm serious. I'm like, ooh, there's a little something going on
A
there.
little demon energy in
Little
there.
demon, yeah. And but dang, that coach had Becky Hammond. I mean, that girl was off the charts good. And you look at Natasha Howard. She leaves Stephanie. Good. All of this points to you've got good talent. You put them on the team, and the bad stuff that you're doing, you're not changing quick. I'll take $800,000 to do what Mo Billings is doing. Shoot,
I feel
can
like
do
Mo
that
Billings
good.
been bad ever since they got I have not seen any production out of her
No,
to,
and she
to
can't catch a
justify
ball.
the money.
No, it's a lot of money. I mean, you look at Lexi and Sophie, and that's a lot of money there too. But at least the girls put the ball in the hole.
Exactly.
I just and a lot of money, but nowhere near what they paid Mo Billings.
Yeah.
And Lexi's not old.
Nah.
Just
And Lexi been there.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I think it's even getting in Lexi's head. It's getting Aaliyah's head. They are so confused. You just see it. They're confused of their spot on the floor, what their role is, and then the role changes the next, time out. You come back in, we're going to switch everything up. The complexity of Stephanie's game management killed her at Vanderbilt. And she tried to say, well, I do better with WNBA veteran players.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, you're not going to get veteran players all the time. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't want them. You should want first round draft picks, high second round, and then a staff and a coach that knows how to develop them.
Yes, because Breon January got to be held accountable too. She can't escape this smoke. Breon January, she definitely need to be lit on fire as well.
Yeah. Does anybody know who the offensive assistant coach is? I mean, I know who it is. I'm being facetious. But you never see them engaging in a productive way. And then yet Stephanie in her media talks is, I let my assistants lead the team and, I stand behind them. And, okay. Do you let both of them lead it? Is this an example of their leadership, or is this an example of you stepping in? And, well, I shouldn't even say that. They were her assistants
Right.
all along. They've been her assistants since she was at, Connecticut?
Yeah, the same crew.
The same people. So it's insanity. The definition, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's nothing but insanity.
Yeah. Well, Angie, I appreciate you jumping on here with me. Shout out to you.
Awesome. I'll see you next week if you're there.
I
won't ruin your surprise.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
Thank you, John. Have a good
appreciate-
day. God bless you.
Same to you guys. That was Angie, man. Shout out to Angie. Couple more things that we're going to go over here. I want to finish this tape out here, guys. I want to finish this out. Go over some of the press conference footage because we did not see any of Portland press conference footage. I have not seen any. I want to watch some of theirs. So we still got about, a lot of live left to go over. Told you guys we're getting another live. We was going to get to cooking on this live. So going back to this film here, this was Caitlin Clark's third foul in the game. Let's finish.
Clark, look at this. Her third foul didn't touch anybody. And they gave that to Caitlin Clark. So she's in foul trouble. Caitlin Clark, that's our bread and butter. It's just not working. Caitlin Clark finds Aaliyah Boston. Finally, get some points, but it's too late. We're down by 20. I want Aaliyah Boston to shoot this ball. She passes it back to the three-point line. We get the three-pointer, but be confident and shoot that shot, Aaliyah Boston. That's your shot. Aaliyah Boston starting the second half, get some buckets. Look at this. Aaliyah Boston, shoot that shot. That's your shot. And then she passes it to the three-point line.
Why did she hesitate on that one? That's crazy work. Let me see that one
Gonna have to
again.
get some buckets. Look at this. Aaliyah Boston, shoot that shot.
And she kind of like, is she scared? Could both of these defenders right here, she had enough time to shoot this. Look at Caitlin with her hands up, like, shoot the damn ball, Aaliyah. Why did she hesitate? I want to blow this up for you guys real quick. Why did she hesitate to shoot this ball? There's 3 defenders right there. But is that Lexi or Sophie? One of them wide open.
That's your shot. And then she passes it to the three-point line. Don't hesitate. Just play basketball. You're an amazing basketball player. Kelsey Mitchell with the 3-ball. 8 minutes left. Caitlin Clark, another foul where she didn't touch anybody.
Another foul. This was Caitlin Clark, 4th foul. Oh, damn it. Hold on, wait.
It to 17. Sophie Cunningham. Just these turnovers. Gonna have to get some buckets. Look at this. Aaliyah Boston, shoot that shot.
Hold on.
That's your shot.
That was Caitlin 4th foul.
And then she passes it to the three-point line. Don't hesitate. Just play basketball. You're an amazing basketball player. Kelsey Mitchell with the 3-ball.
Boom. Hold on.
8 minutes left. Caitlin Clark.
This was Caitlin Clark, 4th foul. Once again, this lady, top right this time. Right here. Watch this. The ball is not even in a defender's hand. Look at this. Look at this, guys. This was Caitlin Clark, 4th foul of the game. This was her 4th foul. Watch this.
Another foul where she didn't.
Hands in the air. I want you guys to see this. See this. See this. Follow through. Follow through. Boom. Boom. Space. 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 Where's the foul? The ball was already out of her hand. Where's the foul? Where's another one? Stephanie should have challenged this. This was Caitlin Clark, 4th foul of the game. This was number 4. This was number 4. How do you justify this was 4?
Clark, another foul where she didn't touch anybody. This is crazy. That's 5 fouls on Caitlin.
Oh, no, that's 5.
It gets worse. Stay with me. This is even worse. Sophie Cunningham. Where's the foul, ref? Where's the foul? Hines Allen, nice finish. I liked Hines Allen this game. She played really good. She played hard. Aaliyah Boston with the sick fadeaway jumper. But it's too late. Hines Allen splashes a 3-ball. Cut it to 17. Sophie Cunningham. Just these turnovers. We just gave the ball to the other team. Another foul. And then Caitlin Clark tries to get a shooting foul. I think she's in a motion of shooting. She's fouled right there. Look how fast she shoots it. Is that not a shooting foul? Now if it's Caitlin Clark, here we go. Caitlin Clark, another foul. They won't let her near anybody.
Another one. That was her 5th one, bro. I think he might have misspoke.
Clark, here we go.
Hold on. I got to see this one.
Is that not a shooting foul? Now if it's Caitlin Clark, here we go. Caitlin Clark, another foul.
Did she say Caitlin Clark pushed her?
Now if it's Caitlin Clark, here we go.
Caitlin Clark hand was up in the air, bro. Oh my God, bro. Ah! Another one. This was another one. Literally every foul was not a foul. You guys getting what I'm telling you? Literally every foul was not a foul. Oh my God. Sophie never touched the girl. She just fell down and boom, a foul. Exactly. They was cheating. They was cheating. They was something, man. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness, dog. I didn't know it was this bad. This is bad, guys. This is bad. I never knew it was this bad. This is very, very bad, bro. We gonna finish this tape out here, man. Oh my God.
Caitlin
Damn.
Clark, another foul. They won't let her near anybody. Timpson with a nice finish. Timpson, very impressed with Timpson tonight. Another finish for Timpson. She's playing way better than Monique Billings. Sophie Cunningham finds Timpson 3 straight possessions. Raven Johnson, this is the worst call of the night. Look at this. This girl tweaks her own ankle, and they call this on Raven Johnson. Are you kidding me? I told you it got worse. This is the worst game I've ever seen officiated in my life. Raven Johnson's out of the game. That was number 6. And they call a travel because the coach was doing it. Look at this. She dribbled the ball. That's not a travel. When you dribble the ball, it's not a travel. Caitlin Clark finds Aaliyah Boston. Too little, too late. Sophie Cunningham knocks down the 3 ball. There's no way we could beat a team and the referees. Stephanie White, stand up for your team. Say something. Scream. Get ejected. I don't know.
Challenge the fucking fouls. Like she didn't challenge the fouls, man. Moving on to another part of the segment of the live. I want to react to this press conference. I have not seen it in its entirety. This was Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, immediately after the game last night, guys. This was them after the game. Let's listen.
Yeah, obviously you guys started on an 8-2 run, and then Portland took a timeout. They kind of took over the rest of the quarter. Just what changed after that timeout, either on Portland's side or on your guys' side?
I mean, I think basketball's a game of runs, and so obviously we went on ours, they went on theirs, and I think kind of just needed to buck up a little bit more defensively. They got a few open threes, which obviously give them a little bit more of that lead, but I think for us it was just making sure that we locked in a little bit more.
And then AB, you left with that a little bit of a limp in the fourth. Is there anything?
No, I'm good. I'm good. It was just a cramp.
I think Portland had about 50 points in the paint. I was wondering if you guys just sort of had anything to say about that.
I talked about that last night. So last night when I did my videos, the defensive side of the ball for Portland, I mean, they destroyed the Fever in the paint last night, guys. I mean, it was bad. Bad. Let's go here. Let me see here real quick. Then I'll go back to the press conference. So this was the team stats from last night's game. So points in the paint was 52 damn points in the paint. The Fever only had 34 points in the paint. But the points in the paint, and then that brings me back here. That brings me back here to this video right here. Once again, going back here to my guy here that exposed this brutally exposed this, bro. I want to play this again for those of you guys who might have missed this.
Now, let's take a second and look at this. 8-2, still the first quarter.
Watch this.
Fever just went on a nice little run. Let's look at now. Look who they have on the floor. Caitlin, Lexi, Mo, AB. Lexi is your best POA defender on the floor right now. This is your best defender right here. Out of everybody on the court, this is your best defender right here. Guard the ball. They put Caitlin in a screen. Why is your best defender running away from the switch? She has to fight through that screen and get to here. Like, this is just not like, and then you have everybody else. Look at everybody. There's nobody with a foot in the paint. Everybody's just, come on, bro. Boom. She gets the switch on Caitlin. Takes Caitlin to the rim. Look at everybody else. Why are you Aaliyah Boston? Why is Aaliyah Boston guarding her all the way up here? Why? Why is Mo Billings and Kelsey Mitchell in the fucking corner holding hands? Why is nobody there?
Look, y'all see this? Now that brings us back here to this stat line. You see? 52 points inside the paint. What was the Fever doing in the paint? Empty. Nobody's there. They're scoring at will. That's why half of their points came. They're scoring at, there's no one's here. There's no one's there. Make it make sense, please, for the life of me. Because I'm not understanding that.
Especially you, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we don't want them getting that close to the basket, but I think looking at their offense, they were able to get help side and then have dump offs to the bigs down low. And I think for us, just making sure that we're there a little bit quicker in our rotations, which I think will be we'll have to be better at the next game.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like any of the officiating rule changes are impacting how you're able to play as a team defensively?
Officiating wasn't our problem tonight.
That was Caitlin subliminally letting us know officiating was not the problem. Y'all want to know who the problem was? Y'all want to know who the problem was? I'm going to tell y'all exactly who the problem was. Who the problem was for this game last night. Oh, yeah. Who the damn problem was. Real quick, and we're going to get back to it. Real quick, who the problem was? This right here. This. Hold on. Let me blow this up real big for everybody. This right here was the problem. This idiot right here was the problem. And this was Caitlin Clark letting us know she was the problem. Caitlin said officiating wasn't the problem. Oh, we know, CC. We got you.
Caitlin, you obviously had 5 fouls and that kind of your second half. Just how does that affect?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when you foul, and, you know, I just need to do a better job of being straight up, keep the defender in front of me, and also, like, if they're going to hunt ISOs, just move my feet a little bit better, and, yeah, definitely some tough ones, but that's just basketball. It's just a game.
Now, this is Caitlin taking responsibility for what she did. She said, I, me, CC.
You know, learn from it, watch the film, and come back next game and be ready to go.
37 points from Portland in the third quarter. Just what broke down for you guys?
37 points.
Nothing. I think they did a great job just hunting the sprays. They got a few open threes. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It was just some of those rotations.
Yeah, rotations were a little bit slow,
Yeah.
and everything that in every coverage that we really tried, and when we switched, they did a great job exploiting it. They played with great energy, so you got to give Portland credit. I thought they were really good. They were aggressive. Obviously, they shot the ball well, almost 40% from three, 50% from the field. Like, you know, it's a recipe for success, and you know, we just have to be a little bit more disruptive in everything that we're doing.
So that was Caitlin Clark immediately after the game, right? Letting everybody know officiating was not our issue tonight. We had a Stephanie White issue. And speaking of Stephanie, I want to play this for y'all real quick while I track down the Stephanie White footage.
Because
She's
like
epic. She has to.
Whatever.
She's on that till 2029. 2029.
Yeah,
Aren't
no,
you
that's
with
what
the
I'm
Fever till
saying.
2029?
Hey, I love playing with you.
Yeah. Well, I'm only signed till
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
well next year.
Don't worry.
She's only signed till next year. Now, this was Stephanie White immediately after the game, guys. This ain't got no sound. Come to my sound. This ain't got no sound. Hold on. This ain't got no sound. I'll get it pulled up real quick because they definitely got it. Here we go.
Portland took time out, kind of just flip the script. Just what changed either on their end or on your end?
I just thought they were the hungrier team. I thought that they played with a relentless, effort, a relentless pursuit to get to what they wanted, to be disruptive on defense, to get to their spots on offense. I thought their competitive spirit was better than ours.
And Caitlin had 3 assists in the first 3 minutes of the game. Then both her and Aaliyah checked out, I think, around the 6:30 mark. Then Portland went on a 13-2 run. Just What was the reasoning for checking them out, or did either of them request a sub?
Well, AB's still on a minutes restriction, so she's coming out. And typically that's around the same time that we've been taking Caitlin out before. We didn't in Golden State just because.
Y'all heard her? She keeps saying we, not me, not I, we. Where is the accountability from Stephanie White? Because we need some accountability from Stephanie.
Quite honestly, we didn't Raven in that environment without another ball handler on the floor. So that's been our typical substitution pattern.
And kind of on that as well, Caitlin picked up her fourth foul, had to come out in the third. Raven had her fourth foul in the third as well. Just how did that affect your point guard rotation, losing those ball handlers?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's tough when you have your primary ball handlers that are in foul trouble. It affects your ability for number one for them to be on the floor, and number two, I thought Portland did a really good job of attacking the matchups that they wanted, and that created foul trouble, that created rotations. It created opportunities for them to run free for offensive rebounds as well because we were in rotations. And then obviously when you got players in foul trouble, you got to weigh the risk of leaving them out there.
And Caitlin said, with Portland scoring 37 points in the third quarter, she said she thought rotations were a little bit slow then, but how does foul trouble just go into that?
I don't know if foul trouble has a lot to do with rotations. I think it's just anticipation. I think it's activity, anticipation, and awareness. We talk about our 3As all the time, active, aware, and anticipate. When we started going to some of our doubles, we were slow in our rotations.
You were slow in the rotation. Stephanie, didn't you orchestrate the rotation that was played in the game, Stephanie? Isn't you the one that construct these rotations that we're all seeing? Because the lack of accountability is beyond me, bro. Beyond me, dog.
We've got to anticipate when. We've got to be active and get there quickly. But there has to be a sense of urgency, and I thought that they played with more urgency than we did.
And this is the second straight game you guys have started struggling from three-point range.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thursday you started 0-8 from three, and then tonight it was 0-9 before Sophie made a three-pointer late in the second quarter. Just how can you get that going earlier if there's a way to do that?
I don't think we've shot the three ball particularly well all season. I think it's just reps. Our players are in the gym; they're getting reps. It's finding your teammate, your open teammate on time. It's giving them the ball on target. I feel like oftentimes when we're hitting them, it's maybe one or two dribbles too late. Sometimes we're having to reach all over the place for the ball.
Hold on. Somebody want to jump on.
Good looks, and we're just not.
Somebody want to jump on. Somebody want to jump on the chat. Hold on. Where did you go, bro? Hey, William. William, did you want to jump on? Click on the link, William. I just dropped another link if you want to jump on here. If anybody want to jump on, just let me know, and I'll bring you on.
Knocking them down. I think that's something that's going to come. But I'd like to see us early in the game try to get to the rim a little bit more, get some opportunities in the paint at the free throw line, and then when the defense collapses, then we can get those uncontested looks.
Yeah, obviously you guys started on an 8-2 run.
Now, something I want to play is Portland's presser. So this was Portland immediately after the game.
How does it feel?
It feels good. I think, again, I just have to credit my teammates. They're the ones that's putting me in good positions. And thankfully today I was able to be efficient, and it's kind of always been my goal. I take a lot of pride in efficiency and just being able to be effective for my teammates.
Meg, when did you find out that you were going to be in the starting lineup?
All right, we got somebody backstage that want to come on and speak their piece. William.
Hey, John, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing, man? How you feel about the game?
Well, look, I have been hollering since the Dallas game. Where is the defense? I said that we weren't playing teams with great offenses. And this defense that she supposedly put together can't stop a freaking junior high basketball team.
Facts.
Look, when you got bleeding going on, and they were bleeding badly points, you fall back to a zone because when you got nobody under the damn basket stopping these girls going to the basket constantly and making layups, there's a problem.
Yeah, they're scoring at will.
Yes, and then look, you constantly see that, and these teams have figured it out. They get this fever to pursue, and once they do, somebody always falls back wide open for a 3-point shot, and they're wide open to take the shot. Nobody's defending them. That is terrible defense. That's why you got to try and when you got bleeding going on like that, play a zone. Let everybody stick to their own area. Let AB stay under the basket and guard these girls from going to the basket constantly.
Exactly.
I kept watching and I'm like, come on, man, pick them up, pick them up, pick them up. Watch out, they're shooting somebody out to the side for a 3. Nobody picks anybody up. Then I watched last night as they calling all of these fouls. That wasn't fraudulent fouls. The Fever literally got to the point where they were scared to make contact with the other team.
Exactly.
You can't do that, bro. Because all you're doing is letting them score. And then your offense is struggling because they're pressuring the crap out of you and nobody's calling fouls on them.
No, they're not.
I mean, shit, dude, they were all over the Fever. Fever couldn't even make it to half court.
Nah, it was
No,
bad.
bro. Stephanie White we were sold that she was supposed to be this defensive genius coming into this team. Yet we don't see no defense. Look, bro, they got to fix this. If they don't fix the defense, this is going to be the worst season ever for the Fever. I don't care if we got our big 3. Our big 3 ain't playing worth a damn. I love CC, and I started this. I was an LSU fan, following Angel out into the WNBA. But, of course, I fell in love with CC because how can you not? She broke my favorite all-time players' records, which was Pistol Pete Maravich. So I was glued to CC after I discovered her. But, dude, what they're doing to her is just beyond ridiculous. I don't know if it's the refs deciding they're going to shut CC down and make an example out of her so that they quit saying that CC's the face of the league or what the hell is going on. But something really funny is going on with this shit.
Facts.
But now, though, they need to start playing a zone until they get their defense and get these players in the right positions at the right time and quit dropping players to make threes constantly. They've got to at least try and play a zone. They've got to try to stop.
Facts. Well, William, I appreciate you jumping on, man.
The bleeding on defense.
Can you hear me? Hey, William just went off, bro. I'm gonna drop a link down if anybody else want to get on. I want to react to this presser because I haven't seen it. Bro went off.
About an hour before tip-off. Yeah.
Megan, you just keep it going. You've had a really good couple of weeks, both offensively and defensively, coming off the bench. What has been kind of the biggest, change for you this season?
Yeah, I think just getting more and more comfortable with the system. We're all new here. We're trying to figure out how to adjust, and I think we've all done a pretty good job of adapting and getting more and more comfortable every single day. So I also think that working on my defense, and that's something that I've really tried to improve on over the years, especially, kind of coming into this year. I wanted to be able to show what I can do, and I'm pleased with how that's going so far.
You get to work with Coach Sill. How big of an impact has she been, defensively? Because that's, she's one of the best ever.
Yeah, she's amazing. I was really excited to sign with Portland because of her. She's kind of on that Mount Rushmore of post players for me. So I was really excited to work with her, and she's been really awesome. She's been super encouraging, and I feel like my teammates can agree to that. She's pretty awesome. We love Sil.
Who are the other 3?
Huh?
Who are the other 3?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Okay.
Hello? Somebody can you unmute yourself? I can't hear you, bro. Somebody said, John, play the fire head coach pressure post game. All right. I'll play it. I'll play it real quick, guys. I'll play it. Hold on. I haven't seen this. Let me play it real quick.
All right, so after the first game against Indiana, I didn't feel very good about myself. I felt like I didn't prepare the team well enough to succeed. We had no solutions against the switching, and I just said to the team, I've never.
Within the first 15 seconds, he said, I did not feel very good. I felt responsible for the responsibility in coaching this team. Within the first 15 seconds, he said that.
Never seen a team punish or pick apart a switching defense better than that my whole career. Like the level of detail and execution was just incredible on both ends, I'd say. Defensive game plan, offensive game plan, just they keep on getting better with every game. Just so impressed by the group. I think a few notable individual performances. M had a big double-double, 16 and 10, and the 4 steals were just huge. The levels of disruption that we're able to generate are just very, very impressive. Then we had Carla set a career high in assists, and I felt like we really saw a difference today just with the spacing. The spacing, I felt like it was immaculate how they spaced the floor, and that's what led to so much space for Carla to operate, and then just some of the decision making to know when to pocket, when to get downhill, when to throw back, when to throw it ahead. So good. And then, I think we got to celebrate Megan too. 22 points, perfect, 8 of 8 field goal attempts. Just, and I felt she did a really good job on Boston, that was what we asked of her, and she did all of that and more. Great team win.
Alex, like last night, obviously the whole discussion was about the turnover. You had 28 of them, only 11 tonight. What do you attribute all that to?
Honestly, it might sound crazy, but I really wasn't concerned at all about the turnovers.
Damn, he said he really wasn't
concerned.
concerned.
And I think a lot of it was just we were playing different lineups, different personnel, and I wanted to make sure we were fresh for today. It was a strategic decision I made 2 weeks ago, and we're putting player health at the forefront, and I think being fresh is our competitive advantage. So, we had to make that difficult decision. I still felt, we could have competed more last night with the group we have. I think we're, 12 players deep, but I think, tonight justifies it in terms of we're able to sustain incredible momentum for all 4 quarters.
Did you make that decision after you lost to Indiana?
No, it was actually done ahead of that, and then just always kind of reviewing things and just looking at the schedule. But it's like I said, I felt that first Indy game we kind of deviated from what our identity is. So I think this was one for all of us where we really wanted to go out there and show what we're capable of.
What makes Em such a unicorn defensively? I mean, I think she's leading the league in blocks, top 3 in steals, like really defensive player of the year type numbers. What are you seeing from her?
Yeah, so goes back to the expansion draft. I think there were some things that I watched myself, front office. We watched them a lot, and kind of the eye test, what you saw on film, really matched with the analytics. I thought there were some really interesting defensive numbers that popped, and it was just. I felt like with more minutes, I'd be really intrigued to see what she would be capable of producing, because she was producing in a small sample size. And, I think there has always been something there. And then, playing more minutes obviously unpacks that, but then also I think it's the defensive schemes which are really important. And it's basically giving Em freedom to make plays. And, I didn't want to come into this with a very black and white.
Thank you for the super chat, bro.
I wanted to
Appreciate you.
operate in the gray a little bit. And I think Em is a primary example of that. When you operate in the gray and it's, you have principles, but it's not like very hard, rigid things. There's some freedom to go make plays. And, that's why I think we're doing such a good job forcing so many turnovers this year. I mean, 17 again tonight? I think we're still first in the league. That's incredible.
Alex, do you think about, obviously you're focused most on like your own, development and your team and stuff, but do you think about things like, this game in particular is, on national TV, and like we know what a phenomenon Caitlin is, and this is her first time playing in Portland. Do you think about things like, oh, this would be a good one for us to win on this stage and silence,
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even think about that, Sean. It's a good question, but I think it's just more game by game, long season still. Obviously I'm ecstatic with how we've started. I mean, 6-4 is really, really good, but it's long season. I think we just got to keep taking every day at a time and just keep remembering, long-term picture, long-term strategy, etc.
Alex, that's one of the least productive games Caitlin's played since she came to the league. What was the strategy in terms of that? And like you talked about all the disruption. I mean, how much of that do you think was your defense?
Yeah, so I mean that was a key part of the game plan, and I'd love Bill to. I wish I could, reveal more, but just you guys saw what we were doing offensively, defensively to to really neutralize Caitlin. So I think our coaching staff, credit to all of them, like Brittany Donaldson, Danielle Buiago, Sylvia Fowles, and then Sefu Berner, like just incredible job with the game planning. So collaborative in nature. And I think it was Brittany's scout today, but it was a team effort just to come up with some out-of-the-box ideas to slow down one of the best offensive threats there is in the game.
A week ago, after the third Liberty game, Carla said that the loss to Indiana was kind of a kickstart for you guys. It started a 3-game winning streak. It was kind of a little bit of a wake-up call for you guys. I guess just emotionally, how good does it feel to be able to come back here and show that this is kind of the real team?
Yeah, no, it was great. And we had a really productive film session the day after Indiana when we were in Toronto. I just said to the group, that wasn't us. The performance level isn't what we expected the group. We can do more. And, the players, everyone agreed. So I think that was a really good, that gave us some good, fuel for the fire to go on that 3-game win streak. And then we felt a little bit yesterday too, obviously a back-to-back. I felt like yesterday we looked like a team exhausted coming off that road trip, but watching it back, the 3 quarters were good. So it's just that 1 quarter we weren't there. And then tonight, going back to tonight, it was 4 quarters of, incredible team basketball.
How happy are you that coming off of, being in the NBA for a couple of years, after tonight, you only have one more back-to-back the rest of the season?
Yeah.
You only have to think about, which of these 2 games are we going to prioritize one more time?
It's huge. And I think it's, I'm even seeing it when you have less games and you have a little bit more practice time, the difference for how much more intentional you can be is incredible, because the players, they are so incredibly smart at this level. So when you get those few more practices, it allows you to do so much more. And, we've spoken since the beginning of the season. We said we feel like our competitive advantage is we want to improve faster than anyone else in the league. And why? Because of the practices. We're doubling down on that as our identity in the practice culture. So to answer the question, Sean, I think it's great that we've only got one more. And then, great question pregame. I got to give you some credit. I had to keep my best poker face there, but obviously we did end up starting Meg, and she produced in a big way.
She definitely did.
Intensity metrics. You were talking about this team being at the top of the W. That's just a very interesting.
Now, Megan was Caitlin Clark's teammate at Iowa. For those of you guys who might not have knew that, and she's real good friends with Caitlin, but she balled out. Megan definitely balled out last night. Let me pull up her points, because she definitely balled out. She became an overnight superstar. She had 22 points, 8 of 8. She did not miss a shot. Did she miss one? Megan missed one free throw. She missed one free throw, bro. One damn free throw the whole time. One free throw, bro. Crazy work. But let's get back to this pressure real quick. So that was the Portland Fire press conference is still currently playing. I appreciate you guys tuning in to another awesome, informational, legendary live, man. We got a busy week this week, man. I ain't gonna make no big announcements, but just know y'all gonna want to tune into the channel this week. Just know it's gonna be one of them type weeks. And we outside, baby. We outside. This week and possibly next week. There's gonna be a whole lot of outside content. But get down in. Hold on. I got one more prayer. Phil, stay. Let's go. I forgot. What up, Phil?
Hey, what's up?
In closing, I did say I was gonna bring you back on. Come on, Phil.
I got a theory, right? I hang around a bunch of crazy conspiracy dudes, right?
Right.
So sometimes this leaks into me. Is it possible that there could have been a plan put together before Caitlin Clark even came to the WNBA to ruin her? Because Ock Nation brought something to my attention.
Right.
In Caitlin's rookie year, she had something like 10 games in like 18 days with
yeah, I remember that.
The hardest schedule ever put together in WNBA history.
Facts.
And was brutalized from the first tip-off. You know, so there could have been a plan put together before she even got there. There might be somebody sitting up high that doesn't like her. Somebody's name we don't know.
Maybe.
We've never seen anything like this in sports. And I'm an old man. I'm almost 60, dog. I've seen countless women rise in the world of sports to greatness. I could go on forever and call out their names. You know what I mean? No one's ever tried to impede. Well, there was a little situation with the Tanya Harding thing, but that wasn't this. You know what I mean? With daily brutality for years. I've never seen anything like this. There's no way that this is natural. It's impossible.
Nah.
Human beings are bad, but we're not this bad, bro.
This is evil. I believe you're absolutely right. There were some people that saying that UConn could have been a factor. They call it the UConn blood. So a lot of these members, and hell, even she's not there on ESPN First Take no more. I can't think of her name. Stephen A. co-host. Damn, what was her name? Molly. Molly. Molly Kerm. So Molly Kerm, she went to UConn, and every time they had to talk about Caitlin Clark when she was there, she like made it her thing to dish on Caitlin Clark. But somebody had brought it to my attention like a year or two ago that it could be because all of the people that's in charge of the W all went to UConn. And from my understanding, Caitlin Clark, I think she maybe went there for a visit. It was something with UConn and Gino. It didn't sit right because Gino was so used to getting the best players in the country. And for Caitlin to not commit there to UConn, and I don't know if she flipped. It was something, bro, going back to like high school, to where like she flipped or something and stayed at home. And that's where it all started. From what
that's possible, yo, because if that happened, I mean, Caitlin Clark would have been the biggest money pot for UConn in history, probably.
Yeah.
Girls, anyway.
Yeah, but that's definitely what I heard years ago. Going back to like high school, you like Gino wanted her and she flipped and something, man. But that's definitely what I heard.
I can't remember if I've heard that or not, but that is heavy. That's
research it from when she was in high school being recruited and stuff. Now, you came on in the first 10 minutes of the live. We've currently been on live for 2 hours and 20-some minutes. Since we started the live, and now since we're on the tail end of the live, what is something that you took away from the live that stuck out to you?
Going over the fouls, because when you're watching it on TV or you're far away in the stands, it's almost impossible to really get the gist of what actually just happened. But when you're down on the court, right? Even if you're not in the game, you're where the coaches are and the clock and the first row of people.
Right.
You can see who's hitting who. And you know when two people go for a ball and it goes out of bounds, you know whose hand hit it last because you're right there. Your eye works just like mine does. Those referees saw. And then this ain't nothing new, right? So all this means that when all the Clarkies were excited about how they're going to, regulate the referee and change the rules a little bit, and we all thought this was going to benefit Clark.
Sorry, Reese, cut you off. Somebody said Kaylin was going to go to Notre Dame. I knew it was one of the schools. I knew it was one of the schools or something that she flipped from, but she definitely was recruited by Gino too, bro, because she went there for a visit. So, like, she definitely was recruited, but I knew she had committed somewhere and flipped.
She probably had more mail that could fit in her box, though.
Yeah, but Gino recruited her hard. Gino was mad. She beat them in the semis of their 1 year. This way before college. This is high school. He wanted Paige and Caitlin.
So what I was saying about the ref rules, right? It turned out that the rules literally work against Clark.
Yeah, definitely.
And now her haters got some fuel. They got something to work with now.
Oh yeah, that's
they
why I
come
like
back and say, "Oh, they changed the
really
rules for her, and she still can't cope." It's just when there's food for them, they thrive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the video's up the next day.
Right.
With BS in the title, disingenuous nonsense, and twisted up narratives, and it's evil. What that says, I'm going to say it, dog, because look, you're telling the world that you are racist when you're being disingenuous deliberately.
Exactly.
Because there's no other reasoning behind it. You see what I'm saying?
None whatsoever.
It's not her skill, because that is obvious. When you rewrite record books in your rookie year, never been done in any sport, right?
Right.
Rewrite the record books, increase the value of a business 300-400% before you even get there. Right? It's obvious who you are and what you are. And there's film now. There's the internet. So everybody knows what she is. For you to say that she's not that and she's being overhyped, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Overhyped? She's being underhyped. She was left off the inlet. I'm not going to run it down, John.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're basically telling the world that you're racist, bro. That is evil. But it goes unchecked because that's the climate of the world we live in now. Hey, these some wild times, bro.
It is.
Some wild times.
Well, Reese, man, I appreciate you jumping on here with me, man. I got to go take care of some business outside of the tube. Anytime I'm on live, brother, always, jump in the chat. I'm going to drop a link. You come on here, man. You always got great dialogue, brother. Do you got a channel?
I do. I'm a minuscule YouTuber. In fact, you know what, John? I did a video on my channel where I break down Caitlin Clark's shooting mechanics. It's so deep. Her mechanics is so deep that it's going to take me several videos to do it. But there's history behind it, and you got to check out that video I did about her shooting mechanics. The skip and the hop. That's what I call it.
Skip and the hop.
Yeah, there's not too many people alive playing ball or not that even know what that is or where it came from or how it manifested. But Clark has it.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to check it out and react to it on the channel. But brother, I appreciate you jumping on here with me. Have a good weekend, dog. And until next time, man. Blessings to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, John.
Shout out to Reese, man, for jumping into the chat, man. But just like I stated, I will be outside this week, next week. Make sure you guys are tuned into the channel. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you like this live, hype this live, subscribe to the tribe. And guys, we only going up from here. I promise you. After this week, we're going up. Like, sky's the limit, bro. Sky's the limit. Because I'm back outside, bro. I'm back outside. And until next time, dog, shake the day.